Hello, Dearborn Heights residents. We're doing another episode of today. We're actually not meeting the director, but we're meeting the deputy chief. So, Deputy Chief Farhat, welcome to our show.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you.
And Chief,
Thank you,
you for being here with us as well, Chief.
Thank you.
So, what we'd like to do is tell the residents, a little bit about yourself, maybe where you came from and your background.
Okay. My name is Hussein Farhat. I'm 50 years of age.
We didn't want to talk about age. I mean, that's good.
My birthday was yesterday, so I got to bring that up.
Okay, happy birthday.
Thank you. I grew up in Dearborn, Michigan, and I started in police work at the age of approximately 20 years old. I started in the city, initially with Wayne County Sheriff's Department for about 10 months, and then went on to City of Romulus Police Department, where I worked my first 7 years on the road as a road patrolman, and I was promoted to detective and assigned to narcotics. And from there, I got a chance to work with the DEA, learned from some amazing people that came along and helped propel my career. And after that, I was offered jobs with several federal agencies, and I chose DEA because DEA at the time promised me that I would come back to Michigan. So I wanted to come back home. So I took the DEA job, and I did very well. And after the DEA, by working with the DEA, I was able to establish relationships with the partners, international partners, and law enforcement throughout the country. It was amazing to deal with all the different agencies I dealt with. And I tried to learn as much as I can from everybody that I dealt with. And so got a chance to work with State Police Unit. I was a representative from DEA to Western Wayne Narcotics, which is an area that covered Western Wayne County. Worked with them as a rep, and went on after that and worked with Homeland Security investigations. Did international fraud cases, human trafficking, and fraud in narcotics, international narcotics. And after that, came back to Romulus and finished my career doing investigations, doing complex investigations and homicides, complex fraud investigations. It was something that people sometimes thought it was hard, but I really thought it was like a puzzle. I learned at an early age from very good investigators that nothing should seem hard to you. It was actually easy. I enjoyed it. People thought sometimes I liked the paperwork, but I really just enjoyed doing investigations, doing a good job. Some of the stuff I worked, I didn't take it personal, never took a personal case personal, but I always tried to do a good job as if it was my own family, especially with cases involving child death cases, homicides. And we wanted to earn the public's trust. A lot of times the public did not believe in the ability of law enforcement to do a good job. But in all situations, we always try to calm the public down and assure them that we are working hard. And after finishing with Romulus, coming here and working for Mr. Bill Bazzi and the City of Dearborn Heights and Chief Swope, I saw the same energy that I left with from Romulus. They got it here. They want to do what's best in the community. And when I started listening to the numbers that's going on in Dearborn Heights, like the numbers of OUIL arrests, and sometimes we take that for granted. But as somebody who's been a cop for 30 years almost, to see the destruction that one drunk driver could cause by destroying families, could you imagine when we talk about 183% increase in drunk driving arrest, or the prevention of theft from vehicle that the officers do? They do a good job. In fact, the other day we had one of the sergeants ended up catching a guy right after the act, and this is something great. I just can't speak enough of the amazing job that the police department does. We got a young police chief, and he wants to do what's best for the community, and we got a mayor that's pushing hard to make changes, proper changes, along with our chief here. And I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy for I'm given the opportunity by the residents, by all the city officials, to be here working in the police department. I really appreciate the opportunity. Appreciate you, Chief Swope, for giving me the opportunity, sir.
Yeah.
So with that, Deputy Chief, so I want to ask, by you being in this position, how are you going to integrate, like in our police department? I know Chief Swope is really big into, try to do community policing. So we'd like to get your take on.
So being a detective for as long as I was before, I was always tasked with dealing with cases that was important to the community in my previous police department where I worked. And I learned to develop a good relationship with communities. We did a lot of community policing. I spoke to Chief Swope several times since coming here, and he stressed the fact that he wants neighborhood patrols, a good relationship with businesses, because this is how you get your information. This is how you get the public to trust you, your community, and he's big on that. And I know being in Romulus and him being in Westland before, both police departments, our previous agencies, we had the same method: work with the community, work closely with our schools, our principals, anybody. I know myself and Chief Swope, we take any call that we get into our police department and we elevate it if we have to. We get it taken care of, addressed. As I did with in my previous position as the Director of Emergency Management, which I really enjoyed. It was something that we felt if you are out in the community and learning what's going on in the community, you're going to know everything about that's going on in the community. It's not like we're sitting in our offices, we got the doors closed. That's not going to happen. None of us are. I think, like I said, I stressed, Chief Swope. He's a young, chief,
energetic,
and outgoing. And I'm a little bit older than him, but we're still almost the same age,
Yeah.
And we got the same views. I believe that the residents deserve to get the best service, and that's what we're here for. And I know Chief Swope, Mayor Bazzi would expect nothing less.
So, Chief, go back to you. So I know that with Deputy Chief hasn't been here that long. Have you seen? Do you have, what's the difference now with him being on board?
Yeah.
What are we going to bring to the police department?
Yeah, no, I think, listening to, DC Farhat talk about his experience, one could obviously just look at that experience and just can imagine what that is worth to the police department. We're going to be able to enhance all types of services with the addition to DC Farhat in the police department. Since he's been here, I've already noticed his ability to interact with the community, pull people together, solve problems. He's a very, very popular guy in the community, which is beneficial to the police department. Everyone loves him. His nickname, Smiley. We know
I
why.
don't want to say that,
right?
but
So I think that the community knows him as such, and it's going to be a great thing for the police department to be able to use all of his experience and resources and contacts throughout the community, because the police department is truly reaching out and trying to mend relationships with the community. I think over the last year and a half, we have really enhanced our community policing and our problem-oriented policing techniques, and DC Farhat's going to really add to that, and we're excited to keep going with them.
Well, I know I'm excited. I know I talked to a lot of residents. They've seen a lot of good changes, and as you mentioned, Chief, earlier, about the crime rate and the arrest for DUIs, and also with car thefts. So we're looking forward to the new changes, new additions to our police department, and we'll see hopefully next year. I know we're fully staffed right now, budgeted staffed with PD. I know residents probably want more police officers, so we'll work on that one as well. So again, I want to thank all the residents for joining us today, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the next chat.